Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about my new waders. I'm wearing them right now. Got my little printout of notes that I made here to talk about. These are the S1 waders by a company called iWader. They are a relatively new company, relatively young company. I had never heard of them or of these waders until a few weeks ago. My good fishing buddy texted me. He said, hey, I got a new pair of waders. So far I like them. He sent me a link to these and I was intrigued. He said that he heard about them through the Discover Tenkara guys on Facebook, but I looked at their Facebook and couldn't find any reference to that and asked him about it and he couldn't find the reference. So that may or may not be the case, but I was in the market for new waders. Usually for my Tenkara fishing, I like to fish small mountain streams and I use some hip waders and they work fine. When winter comes along, it's harder to get to the high mountain streams, and so I tend to fish larger rivers like this one here. So basically I reached out to iWader and said, hey, I have a fishing YouTube channel, I have a fishing Instagram account. Do you want to send me some waders to review and make a video of? They said yes, and they asked if I could make the video before Christmas, and so here we go. I've only had the waders for a couple of weeks. This is my third time using them. This is by no means a long-term, comprehensive, definitive review. This is basically a collection of my first impressions and some thoughts of having used them a few times. So these waders come in black and gray, and I'm not entirely sure what they retail for normally. I think when I first looked at them, they were like $150. A couple weeks later on Black Friday, they were like $130, I think. I think my friend got them at a super early bird discount for like $100. They're currently $170, so I don't know what the standard retail price is, but they are sub $200 waders, around $150, give or take. The company is based in Australia, but their waders ship directly from China. Mine shipped in 5 days to the US from China. And the different thing about these waders, the interesting thing about these waders is the material. They're made from a stretchy fabric. It's not like boing, like super stretchy, but the fabric has a little bit of give, and that makes them pretty comfortable to wear. It's kind of like a neoprene, but much kind of stiffer and kind of harder than neoprene, like a wetsuit would be. And it's a breathable fabric, unlike neoprene. Like traditional neoprene waders aren't breathable. This stuff is breathable. If you've ever had some like super technical soft shell pants or a soft shell jacket for mountaineering, it's kind of like that material. Let me cover the pros and cons as far as I'm concerned, and let's start with the pros. First is that they work. Again, this is the third time I've used them, and they keep water out. They keep me warm. These are warm waders, I think, on the spectrum of whether you want to wear them in the cooler months or the warmer months. I think that in like the middle of summer, on a hot day, these waders would be a bit stuffy. But for my purposes, for winter fishing, these are perfect. They're very warm, and again, they work. They have I'll show you them in a minute here, but they have gravel guards down here, all the normal stuff that you would expect on waders. You know, do they get the job done? That's the most important thing, and the answer is yes. As far as features go, we have a few different pockets here. This is the main pocket out in front. It's got a waterproof zipper on it. It's a large pocket. I can, you know, dip my hand pretty far in here. Right now I have my phone and wallet and keys and lip balm. And earlier I had my gloves in here, and now there's quite a bit of room. And then on the inside here, there is another set of pockets. This is kind of a flip out pocket situation. And there's a zipper pocket kind of on top. And then, this will be hard to do one-handed, but there's a Velcro pocket. There we go. There's a Velcro pocket here on the outside. So there are two pockets right here. And again, you can put you know, keys or lip balm or whatever you want in there. The waders that they currently make and sell have this kind of patch or emblem thing on there for a fly fishing tournament. They're apparently the sponsor of a big Australian fly fishing tournament, and so this patch commemorates that. I guess I would prefer that I wasn't there, but again, for the price, I'm not too worried about it. Another feature here are the D-rings. Your D-rings here to attach a wader chest pouch to. I have one that I made that I've been using, or a couple that I've been using. I'll put some footage of that here. And then another nice feature on these is the reinforced knees. So if you are doing some more stealthy fishing, if you need to sneak up on some fish, you can kind of crawl your way there if you need to kneel down. Or if you're kneeling to remove the hook from a fish, or to hold the fish or take the hook out or whatever, the knees here are nice and reinforced. It's this like coated rubberized material which seems just really burly here. And I guess I'll show you the gravel guards here. You know, just standard stuff. Let's see if I can unhook this. Nice 3mm neoprene booties here. Then the gravel guards come down. The quality of these seems good. They seem durable. In the video that iWader has and in the promotional materials, they're marketed as being durable waders, which I like because I don't really baby my gear, and so the tougher the better as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, as far as build quality goes, they seem good so far. I guess time will tell if they really end up being durable in the long run, but I'm impressed initially. And going back to the stretchy material here, it's comfortable material. Like, these are comfortable waders to wear. Again, it's not like crazy stretchy, but you know, I can lift up my knees no problem. If you need to do some like light scrambling and climbing in these waders, you could do that pretty easily. So those are the pros. Overall, I'm happy with the waders. I like them. They're definitely worth $150-ish, give or take. I think they're a great wader. But now let's cover some of the cons. The first is the smell. When I got these and opened up the package, this like super plasticky or rubbery smell just like invaded my office, and it was really unpleasant, so much so that I couldn't be in the same room as them. It took a couple of days for the worst of the smell to wear off. I aired them out in our little mudroom thing. You would need to do that, you know, air them out in the garage or whatever before you keep them inside, I think. The smell isn't nearly as bad now. Like, I can have them with me drying in my office, hanging up and drying in my office now. But if I'm within a few feet of them in the office, I can still smell that like plasticky rubberized smell. Again, it's not nearly as bad as it was when I first opened them, and I expect it'll go away completely in the next, I don't know, couple weeks or so, but just be prepared for that. The second con of these waders is the belt. It came with like a nice neoprene adjustable belt. This is not that belt. The belt that came with it was way too big for me. We're talking like twice as big as what I need. I am 5'11", about 145 pounds. I'm a pretty skinny guy, and the belt was just not anywhere near the right size for me. Luckily, I had another suitable belt laying around, so I just switched it out. If you don't have one laying around, you'll need to get one off of Amazon. They're like $8 for a cheap and pretty well-rated one on Amazon. Not a huge deal, but it's just, come on guys, what are you thinking? The belt was comically large. It wasn't even close to fitting me. Next, I wish that these waders had hand warmer pockets. You can always stick your hands kind of behind the bib here, but it'd be nice if there were dedicated hand warmer pockets here. Some waders have those, some don't, but I've noticed that, you know, when I'm casting with my right hand, it'd be nice to have my left hand in a pocket somewhere. Even when I do have gloves on, it's nice to just keep them extra warm, and so I do wish there was another hand warmer pocket on here somewhere. These waders aren't especially lightweight. This isn't necessarily a con, but they do seem to be heavier than standard like Gore-Tex waders, for example. The material here is pretty burly. I don't know the weight of the waders. I will weigh them when I get home and put that on the screen here. They're not like so heavy and bulky that I wouldn't take them hiking, but I wouldn't take them backpacking, like on a multi-day trip. I don't think I want to haul these things around. But again, for my purposes, for, you know, daytime fishing in winter, that's not an issue at all. And they have to probably add some warmth that I appreciate on days like today. And then the final con here is that the fit isn't perfect. Now, obviously this is a subjective thing. It'll be different depending on your body type and size and shape and all that stuff. For me and my size, again, I told you my height and weight. This is a size medium wader here, and overall it fits me well. I think that this was the right size to get. The nitpick is that the calves are a little bit baggy. I mean thighs, not calves. The thighs are a little bit baggy, not a huge deal. But the thing that's I have a little bit more of an issue with is that it's a bit tight up here. Now again, I'm a pretty skinny guy. Right now I have, I think, 2 shirts, a long sleeve shirt, a fleece jacket, and a down jacket on, and it's pretty tight up here. I couldn't fit a whole lot else up here. I could fit, you know, a thin, lightweight windbreaker like shell jacket, but other than that, I'd be out of luck. And when I'm putting the waders on and like bringing them up, you know, I have to make sure that the jacket stays tucked in and everything, and just a little bit tight up here. In practice, it won't be an issue for me, but if they just gave another couple inches, then I think that would be a better fit for people who are bigger than I am. So that's it. That's my overview of the iWader S1 waders. Go check out the reviews on their website. I'll put a link in the description to their site. They have a couple hundred reviews on their website, and so you can read through those and see what people say. Overall, I'm happy with these. They'll be great for my winter fishing adventures. I think they look pretty good, they feel really good, and they keep me warm and dry, and that's about what you want in a pair of waders. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next one.